Hello everyone, Mo Saeed. In this video, we're going to talk about how can you ensure that you get results with your training, with your nutrition, as an individual who's really busy, who doesn't have a lot of time, and you want to make sure that what you do, the time that you invest in your fitness and your training, is going to actually yield you some results. Now, how can you do that? How can you set up a plan, a structure that allows you to do that? This is what we're going to discuss. Now, many of my clients and many professionals that I help in my consultations, their main concern is, well, one, I just don't tend to have the time, and number two, how can I make sure that I get results? I don't want to do something for 3 months and then not end up achieving the goal that I want. Hence, how can you avoid that? How can you overcome that? Right? How can you overcome this problem? How can you make sure that what you're doing is actually going to get your results? Well, number one, you need to have a system, right? So a goal is good, and a goal is important. We all have goals, right? Whether the goal is to lose 10 kilos or to get abs, or to put on more muscle or to tone up, right? Whatever the goal is great for you to give you an idea, a vision of where you're going, where you're heading towards. But what's even more important is a system. You need a system because essentially you want to put yourself in a position where whenever you do this, yeah, if you, let's say, within your lifetime, if you ever, whenever you commit to something, 9 out of 10 you want to succeed. And you don't succeed by just setting goals, you succeed by actually having a system, right? Because a system is something that you can take with you wherever you are, right? Whether you're here, whether you're in an island, whether you're in a different country, you can always take that system with you, and you can apply that system to whatever lifestyle that you have. Yeah, so you're busy right now, and you don't have the time to exercise a lot, and maybe you don't have the time to prepare for your food. But if you have a system, you'll know how to navigate. So that's the first thing that you need a system. Now, when I say a system, what do I mean by that? You need pillars that you know that these are the pillars that I need to do, or these are the principles, or these are the things that I need to do on a week to week basis, on a month to month basis, to allow me to get to my goal, right? These can be a simple checklist, right? If you're not into checklists, maybe it can be something like setting up your day in a way that allows you to exercise by maybe blocking out a certain time of the day, right? Or maybe it's blocking out a certain time of the week where you can maybe prepare for your food for the whole week ahead, right? And by having that, you essentially now have a system, right? You know that at this particular day, on this particular time, you're going to execute and you're going to work out. And all you have to do is just stick to that. That's it. When people come to me and tell me, I'm not getting results, um, it's usually because they just don't have a system. They're not consistent, right? They're not able to maintain this consistency. Maybe they're consistent for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. But to be honest with you, you're not gonna get really far in 6 weeks. You need minimum 3 months. 3 months to actually see a visible change, and to be able to see some real change in how you perform and how you feel. And if you're not able to stay consistent for those 3 months, it's just a waste of time. Honestly, you commit for a month and try it, and then don't do anything for a week, and everything will be lost. So to avoid that, and to make sure that you're consistent, you need to have a system, right? And usually the journey is, you start very excited, you have these great feelings, you commit, you give it all, and you get some results. But then something along the way pops in. Maybe it's work, maybe it's a feeling, maybe it's an emotion, maybe you're just tired, and you don't end up executing. And then that leads into, you don't work out today, and then you don't work out tomorrow, or maybe you have a meal that you're not supposed to have, and then that leads to another meal, and the next thing you know, you're in a downward spiral. So you want to avoid that as much as possible. And to avoid that, you need a system. Simple as that. And that system will allow you to override whatever emotion, whatever feeling, whatever challenge you're feeling, whatever obstacle that is coming your way. That system will allow you to override it and to still execute. And that is it. It's not a matter of whether what you're doing is right or wrong. Whatever you do it long enough, and you'll get results. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. It's not challenging. especially in your case, if you're not trying to be a bodybuilder or you're not trying to be an athlete, you don't need to worry too much about the specifics. As long as you're lifting weight, as long as you're focusing on the basic compound movements, as long as you're eating right, as long as you have an understanding of what are the good choices, what are the bad choices, and as long as you're consistent with that and you have a system that allows you to be consistent over a period of 3 months or 6 months, you'll get there. You'll get to that goal. It's a very, very simple process. The most challenging thing is not what you do, it's dealing with your emotions, dealing with your feelings, dealing with the challenges that comes your way, dealing with the responsibilities that come your way. That you need something that can help you navigate through those things. And if you can navigate through those things, then you will get to your goal. Now, doing it alone is possible. Of course, it's a lot more challenging. You need accountability as well. You need accountability to yourself. You need accountability from your peers. Maybe you need accountability from a coach, from a trainer, from a partner, right? You need some form of accountability, because you need some skin in the game, right? If you have no skin in the game, then you're not going to be able to really fully commit to this, right? And you always look for shortcuts. And to avoid that, accountability will help, right? But then again, accountability alone is not the answer, right? You need a system at the same time. You need to make sure that what you're doing is the right thing and you're not wasting your time, right? You're not wasting your time, just doing fancy things, or there's a lot of that, right? On social media, on the internet, on Instagram. There's a whole lot of things out there that you don't really need to do. You just need to do the basics, right? You need to do your steps, to exercise 3 times a week, doing the compound movements, the basic movements. You need to do some cardio if you're into cardio. If you're not into cardio, you can just do your steps. You need to make sure you eat clean and you have whole foods, and you're not eating any junk, and you're not eating anything that's full of processed chemicals and processed sugar. And you just need to stick to that for 3 months. And if you can do that, then you get to your goal and you get to your result. Or whatever you're doing will get your result. Do it long enough and you'll get a result. Like, you can be on the best plan in the world, right? You can be on this, crazy, amazing plan written by this amazing scientist who's done, enormous studies on how effective this plan is. And you can be on this plan, but look, if you don't adhere to the plan, you're not going to get nowhere. On the latter, if you are on a really bad plan, right, the plan is made for you to fail. But if you stick to it long enough, you'll see results. If you adhere to it long enough, you'll get results. And that's the power of consistency, and that's the power of having a system. Now, of course, you want the plan to be, a good plan, right? You don't want to be following something that is going to waste your time. You want to make sure that you have a good, solid plan. But that good, solid plan just needs to be basic. What's more important is the system and the adherence, and making sure that you override whatever challenge that comes your way. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is insightful. If you have any more questions, if you need any more help, if you want to understand how you can create the system, feel free to just DM me, send me a message, and I'll be more than happy to speak to you and show you exactly how you can achieve your goal, from where you are right now to where you want to go. I hope this is helpful. See you in the next video. Have a great day.